Hey guys, and welcome to another edition of my movie reviews, and this week I am reviewing Spider-Man 3, starring Tobey Maguire and Kirsten Dunst. I'm sure, like most of you have, like I have, you've probably seen the Spider-Man movies and probably loved them. And there is always going to be a problem with sequels. You don't want it to overdo itself, and you don't want it to be too unoriginal, or, you want it to be as good as the first movies. And the first two movies of Spider-Man, in my opinion, were awesome. I loved both of them very much, and I had very high expectations for this one, as I'm sure a lot of you did too. But my expectations were definitely surpassed. I'm still speechless. It was awesome, to just put it in one word. Awesome. That's not even the word to describe it. It was better than I expected. I've been hearing a lot of mixed things on it, like, oh, it wasn't as good as 1 or 2 or whatever, but I thought it really lived up to the hype. The only problem I have with this movie is that it seemed that they wanted to fit in too many storylines all in one movie, and I know that has to do a lot with characters from the comic books they wanted to put in, but they put in way too many characters, too many villains for Spidey to fight against. So, about the storyline, it's going pretty good for Spider-Man, a.k.a. Peter Parker. The town loves him. New York City just loves Spider-Man, and they all respect him now, and they all cheer him on and everything. And he has the girl of his dreams, Mary Jane Watson, played by Kirsten Dunst. And the rivalry between him and Harry Osborn, played by James Franco, is still going on, because as most of you may know what happened in the second movie. I don't want to give anything away for any of you who haven't seen the movies. So it just pretty much, it follows that. Things are starting to kind of go down for Mary Jane, but Peter still wants to get engaged to her, so that's part of the story. That's one thing. There's everything in this movie. There's tons of action. There's like at least 6 great action sequences in the movie. They are amazing. I think that they way surpass any of the action sequences in the first and the second movie. There's romance, there's sadness, there's excitement, there's tons of humor. I wasn't expecting that, because the first 2 films had humor, but it was on a more down note. Here, the humor was everywhere. They just, out of everything they tried to put, and yeah, sometimes that may be a little overkill, but I thought the humor really worked in this one. So I don't really have much of a problem with the movie, except for the fact that Spider-Man faces 3 villains, and 4 if you count himself. That's where spoilers start. There is an alien life form that comes from space and takes over his suit, and it turns him, he starts to have to embrace his darker side because of the effects of the alien life form. So you see Spider-Man really fighting with the darker side of himself, and that has a lot of humor in it, because as you see him dealing with that, it's quite humorous, but then it also starts to take a turn for the worse when he starts turning against those he loves and hurting them. So that's that. He has also, of course, the new Goblin, which is, of course, Harry Osborn. You have Sandman, played by Thomas Hayden Church. You have Venom, which is absolutely amazing in the movie, played by Topher Grace. The villains were awesome. I can't say that they weren't, but I think it was too many. So much so that it felt like they kind of had to just push them together so they could all work in the same movie. But it doesn't really take that much away from the movie. It's a longer movie. This is the longest out of the 3 of them. It's quite long, so that may be an issue. Some people may think it's too long. I thought it was fine, because there's so much action, you get lost in it. You kind of just don't even notice how long it's taking or how many hours you've been sitting. It's action, action, action. There's, from the get-go all the way to the end, you have action. It's chock full of action, and it's really good. The storyline between the characters was really good. I have only a few problems with the characters. I had nothing wrong with Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker. I think they played him out great. It was great to see him, fighting with his inner demons and his darker side, and kind of embracing it for a while, and then, deciding he's got to be, he's got to fight for the right side, and he's got to, just fight against that side. So that was good. Mary Jane is not that much in the movie. I mean, she is, but they kind of downsized her role. at least in my opinion, probably because of what they have her character going through in the movie. The new Goblin, Harry Osborn, I was kind of disappointed with how they turned the character around a million times in the movie. I mean, decide on how you want the character to be, and the way that the character's fate in the movie turns out, I wasn't really happy with it. I wanted it to go one way or the other, and not the way that they took it. So that was the only thing I had against that character. But I thought James Franco had a lot more to work with in this movie, and you really got to see him, you know, mix it up and play bad, and you know, it was fun to watch, and I thought that was great. Thomas Hayden Church's Sandman, a.k.a. Flint Marko, was good. I mean, I know Thomas Hayden Church is a really good actor, and I really wanted to see more range in the acting, but I kind of felt that some of his lines were delivered kind of stiff and one-dimensional. And that was the problem I had with the character. And then it was kind of, they tried playing again the sympathetic villain of, oh, he's a good guy, but he's just placed in really bad situations and has really bad luck, and he's forced to choose the wrong side. They've kind of done that already, so I was kind of disappointed in that respect, but I thought that the character was great. He was a good villain, but Venom was my absolute favorite villain, because Eddie Brock is just mean. So to have him become Venom, and if most of you know how Venom is in the comic books, it was really great. I just thought it was a little too little of Venom in the movie. He doesn't really come out until like half of the movie, so that was a kind of a disappointment for me, because I loved the character and I really wanted to see them work more with him. But he's great. The transformation scene is amazing. I was just sitting there in shock watching it, because it was just the monstrous effect that they wanted. It really hit it, so I thought that was really good. And you have, of course, Gwen Stacy, played by Bryce Dallas Howard. Yes, I got her name right. She's in the movie not very much, but I didn't really see the point of her character except for adding conflict in as a new love interest, and to interrupt in Peter Parker and Mary Jane's love affair, their romance, and to kind of just clash into that. So I didn't really see the point of her character. But anyways, she's not in it for that much. So I'm sorry if I'm ruining some parts for you. I just think you should definitely go see it. I loved the movie. It was really good. It was long, but like I said, you don't even notice it. And the end was, I could have done with a better end, but it doesn't even take away from the movie. The movie was great from beginning to end, pretty much. I just had few little things to nitpick at. Other than that, it was great. My suggestion is definitely go see it if you haven't. I caught it today because this weekend I probably won't be able to. I had to see it today, so I'm definitely glad I did. It was well worth my money, well worth going to see it. Go see it. 5 stars in my opinion. And if that's a little much, because some of you may think, oh, it's not that great or whatever, that's just simply my opinion. So I think it was great. Go see it. That's my suggestion. And that's that. So that's it for Spider-Man 3's review. I can't really say much else. It was amazing for me, at least. And I hope you guys really enjoy it. And I'll see you guys next time on my next movie review or video blog. So until that, bye!